More productive mornings, something a lot of us, myself included, struggle with quite a lot. A lot of us then are left feeling not as productive in the mornings as we should be. So what are some quick tips that you can follow that will turn you from a night owl to an early bird? And yes, that's definitely the last bird pun in this video. Keep watching to find out more. Hello, Kong. Time to add you to my collection, I think. Pointing towards the camera there. What's going on, sales family? It's Fairhead from Sales Unveiled once again, as always, helping slash through. It's too much. All the misconceptions around sales, business, and personal development, and giving you the practical advice you need in your day-to-day careers. Regardless of if you work in sales, are in the process of starting a side hustle, or are just a complete elite unit, getting more stuff done in the morning and being more productive can benefit all of us. That being said, too many of us struggle with staying focused and productive, leading to subpar work, which is definitely a word that isn't used that much. In the video today, you lucky guys, we're going to cover my top 5 recommendations and top 5 tips to staying productive in the mornings, all of which are, away from the generic stuff, hopefully, that you'll find there on YouTube. You're also going to want to stick around to the end of the video where I'll have a bit of a bonus that I think all of you are going to want to pay attention to. Let's jump into it. Point 1, get up early. I know, this is probably the most commented out there, but the rest are very, very different, I promise you that. The truth of the matter is that getting up a few hours early just means that you have more time to kind of do the things that you want. You can catch up on sales emails, for example, write a blog post for your side hustle. Heck, you can even go to the gym and get an early workout in, which, definitely gets you energized for the day. Now, it's not easy to follow in the first instance, especially if you're used to going to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know who you are. Now, a quick tip to counteract this would be, if you're used to going to bed at 4 in the morning, just simply move your time back 30 minutes every single day. So 3:30, 3, 2:30, 2 o'clock. And then by the end of the week, or in a couple of weeks' time, you'll be going to bed at a reasonable hour, which will allow you to get up earlier much, much easier. Quality of sleep is also incredibly important. So what I tend to do before I knock out is just read through a book, which almost acts as a bit of a lullaby. Damn books, be more interesting. Not you. Never you. Now, if you're up early watching this and are interested in more great content around sales, business, personal development, all those kinds of things, consider subscribing. What's stopping you? We even have great memes. Beautiful. Point 2, start intermittent fasting. Not just saying that because I'm fasting right now, guys. Intermittent fasting then is a fantastic option to keep you focused, not only in the morning, but throughout the day. I mean, have you ever had a super heavy breakfast only to resemble something out of The Walking Dead for the rest of the day? It's not a pretty sight, really, is it? I remember a few years back, actually, guys, I had brownies for breakfast, which wasn't the smartest idea, and my stomach definitely still hates me because of it, so won't be doing that again. Intermittent fasting then is the idea of only eating through certain periods throughout the day. Any dude bros who watch a little bit too much Joe Rogan
everywhere, and they have full freedom the way people do.
Know that this typically works in a 16 to 8 hour window, whereby you'll be fasting for 16 hours and only eating in 8 hours throughout the day. My recommendation then, if you do follow through with this, would be to actually push your first meal back between, I'd say 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll actually be astonished at the amount of focus that you have, guys. And trust me, after the first couple of days and being a little bit hungry, you'll be blown away by the results, with some scientific studies showing many, many different benefits. Now, as you can probably tell from my overbearing belly, I'm not exactly a medical professional, but just read up on this, do your own research, and trust me when I say it definitely will help you focus in the mornings. Point 3, quit the coffee. I'm guessing about 20 of the 25 subscribers I've just completely bolted after hearing that bomb. Now, don't get me wrong, coffee definitely has its benefits. I mean, what better way is there to get wired for the day than downing a bunch of caffeine really, really quickly? Definitely helps with sales when you've got to make dozens of calls every single hour. The problem with coffee, however, is that far too many people abuse it, sadly. A lot of people end up developing, sleep problems because of this, and a lot of people are actually immune to the caffeine side effects of it. You think back to when you first started drinking coffee to kind of where you are now, you'll probably notice that there's barely any improvement in terms of your focus and your productivity. This is especially worrying if you're down in cup after cup after cup of H2O, not H2O, H2O isn't coffee, cup after cup after cup of coffee every single day. It can be a bit of a challenge. So if you're finding yourself drinking a little bit too much coffee and really struggling to focus in the morning, consider giving it up for a couple of months. The first couple of weeks will definitely be tough on yourself with, headaches and coffee withdrawal and all that stuff. but it will definitely be worth it in the end. Point 4. I was definitely going to say point 4 and definitely not say point 3, which would have completely ruined the video. You're not buying this, are you? Follow the rule of 3. This is something that I've actually come across quite recently, but has really changed the way in which I do things in the morning. Now, working in sales, a lot of you watching this video will probably understand that, the day-to-day role of a salesperson is incredibly busy, having to make, loads of different calls, loads of different meetings, getting rejected by loads of people, which we don't really talk about, but all of those kinds of things. Heck, a lot of you watching this are, starting side hustles and doing businesses and all these other fantastic things. However, you're putting in a lot of hours without really getting a lot of results at the moment as well. Can definitely be disheartening. The rule of 3 then, not sure if that's its official name or not, is what I like to use to help put things in perspective. So what I do every single night is I whip out a pen and a pad, which I should really have here. There you go, Groot, you've got your things there. Yeah, whip out a pen and paper or on the notes app on your phone. Just basically write out the 3 most important things that you want to get done by tomorrow and then tick them off as you go along. By the end of the week, look back and reflect and see all the different things that you've done, and that will help keep you focused and help keep you productive in the mornings, seeing and visually seeing that you've actually completed quite a lot more than you might have thought. Point 5, do the most difficult task first. Now this is courtesy of Brian Tracy in his best-selling book, Eat That Frog. Don't know if he actually ate any frogs on that one. Pretty gross if he did. Now working in sales, I'm sure we all have prospects that, we don't like speaking to on a day-to-day basis just because they can be a bit of a pain in the butt, let's be honest. And magically and miraculously somehow gets pushed back on Salesforce day after day after day. And the same goes for business and side hustles. Maybe you've got that meeting with a client that you don't really want to take, or you've got to do the legal side of things, which can be incredibly boring and incredibly draining, but it kind of needs to be done. It's exactly the same for a lot of you wanting to improve yourselves physically as well. I mean, how many of you watching this have promised yourself that you get in shape in January, join a gym, all those brilliant things, only for it to be May and your membership is now gathering dust? Be honest. Doing the most difficult task then first thing in the morning and the first thing that you do is much more likely to help you feel much more productive, because the most difficult task that you needed to do would have been done. It's actually one of the reasons why people make their beds in the morning, dress professionally when they're working from home, if you're not me, giving you a sense of accomplishment that you've achieved what you needed to, setting the rest of your day up in motion for yourself. I've been expecting a bonus, Mr. Bond. Thanks so much, guys, as always, for sticking around to the end of the video. And I wanted to leave you with a bit of a bonus that kind of helps me out quite a bit. Now, if you're anything like me, one of the biggest distractions in the morning is your mobile phone. I've definitely gone down many, many YouTube dark holes only for like an hour to pass without actually cracking on with the work I was meant to. Definitely a problem, definitely helps with productivity issues. The good news is that there are many, many apps out there that will directly help prevent any of these issues, locking your phone and web provider from allowing you to view some of these websites. The Freedom app, which is available for iOS and Android, is a fantastic app that allows me to schedule the certain times of the day when I'd have access to certain social media accounts. Limiting this usage in the morning then will definitely allow you to get things done. But I know what you're thinking. Fed, what do? I use my laptop and I get distracted on that as well. Don't you worry, guys. The bonus helps you out with this kind of stuff as well. If you use Google Chrome, there's an extension called the Stay Focused app, which works very well. That does a lot of things that the Freedom app does there as well. Not affiliated with them in any way, shape or form, just a couple of recommendations that I use. Right, you absolute legends. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of the video. As always, if you're interested in this content, please do consider subscribing. It really does help the channel grow. And we can make the world of sales and business and personal development a little bit nicer, a little bit less scummy than all the other crap that's out there. Please also absolutely smash that like button if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be sure to kind of see you in the next one where we have some very, very interesting videos coming up. That's all for now, guys. See you soon. Have a good one. Bye for now.